What's up, Food Fanatics, and welcome to another video. I'm here today in beautiful Durres, Albania. It is a 45-minute drive from Tirana. As you can hear from behind me, the sea is wavy, it's strong today, the current is strong, and then on top of that it's windy, it's cold. So the only way we're gonna be able to keep ourselves warm on a day like today is through food. So join me along for a journey whereby we're gonna go have some snacks, we're gonna eat a traditional Albanian meal, and then we're gonna end the day off with some sweet, delicious dessert. Let's go, guys. You know how it is. So far, what I really like about the city, it's quite small, very walkable, but the architecture is awesome. So they've renovated a lot of the buildings, fixed up the facade. It looks really nice, and I like the architecture they went with. They went with a more Mediterranean / Spanish, a bit of a Roman kind of style to a lot of the buildings. So it looks nice. It's not like your typical, you know what I mean, seaside tourist resort. So it's pretty awesome. But right now I'm just gonna walk somewhere, find, you know, a couple of snacks to eat, and I'll be sharing that with you guys. Okay, so I'm at the coffee shop, got myself a nice coffee, then as well got a nice croissant, and I'm ready to dig in. I'm gonna start off with a sip of the coffee. It's gonna be delicious. Strong, it's good, wakes you up. And then, most importantly, I wanna dig into the croissant. Let's see how it is. Okay, going in for my first bite. Crunchy, sweet, really good. But I haven't gotten any cream yet, so I'll check the next bite. Okay. So this bite, from the looks of it, seems to have a little cream in it. Let's dig in. Wow, it's good. It's very creamy, very lemony, crunchy. It's sweet because of the custard in it. Very tasty, very delicious. Perfect way to start off this video. Wow. Lemony, sweet, crunchy. Tasty, hits the spot. We've got the cappuccino. Perfect start to the Durres trip. Just to get the stomach warmed up, because we're gonna do some Albanian food after, guys. Okay? I'm gonna finish up the rest of this and I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so to be quite honest, I'd give that meal like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. It cost like, I don't know, maybe $1.70 or so. Croissant wasn't the best. I don't feel good after eating that. You guys know what I mean. And then the coffee was okay. The coffee was good. Okay, so you can see behind me the mosque. But what's really interesting is I'm walking here in Durres, and there are Roman amphitheaters from the Byzantine era and such. So I am just outside one. I'm not gonna go inside of it, but what I do want to do is show you in 3, 2, check this out. In all seriousness, how cool is this? Imagine there's a Roman amphitheater right around you, and there's all these houses you can see here. Take a look. So we've got the man, we've got these houses. I'm gonna go up the stairs here. Then take a look, and there's like all these houses that overlook it, and it's right there, right in the middle of the city. So cool. I think that's one of the things I'm liking a lot about Albania, and that's basically there's history everywhere. You have communist history, you have Roman history, you have Byzantine history. I'm not sure if there's Greek history as well. I haven't seen any yet, but I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, because they border the Greek border. Okay, so I'm gonna walk around. I'll show you guys what it looks like. We're gonna head over there, and to be honest, that meal was nothing. This man is yelling, he's not gonna shut up. That meal was nothing, so my appetite is ravenous, and we're gonna eat more just in a bit. So let's go. Seriously, what a cool place. Communists, Romans, Ottomans, this place has it all. I'm just walking around, there's houses, and I'm just, you know, moving around a Roman amphitheater. How cool is this? I'm not gonna enter it because here's the deal, guys. I grew up in Lebanon, I grew up in Beirut, so I've seen a lot of the Roman stuff. It kind of gets very repetitive after a while. And if you are in Lebanon, definitely go check out some of the Roman stuff, and I'm sure you will. I gotta be careful not to trip up on the cobblestone. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk around, explore the place more, and then guys, we're gonna go eat. I am still, like I said, hungry from the food. Look at this, it's just history all around you. I'm still hungry. That croissant was very light, it wasn't heavy, it wasn't buttery. It was a little stale, if I'm honest. I don't like sitting in the restaurant and bashing their food, but sometimes I feel like it's needed, but I don't want to be rude, that's the thing. And if a place isn't good enough to go eat at, here's the deal. I won't put a link to it below. I won't even be recommending it. I'll just eat, pay, leave the place, and have a chat with you guys about how it is. So, I'm gonna walk around, gonna see what else is here. And this is, by the way, the old Roman market. Kid you not, it's a Byzantine market right behind me. And speaking of markets and food, I'll catch you in a bit. And we're gonna be eating some traditional Albanian food. Let's go, guys. Okay everyone, so I'm here at the restaurant, situated, started to rain outside, it's freezing cold. I ordered a couple of dishes, and then of course, just to kick things off, rakia. I'm not sure which kind this one is. I don't think it was grape, it was, he said it's nipper or some word similar to that, so let's have that first taste, let's see how it is. Apparently it's very strong, some of the best in Albania. It smells really strong, so alcoholic. I hope it doesn't knock me out. Let's go. Oh, it's good, strong. Wow, very alcoholic. You feel it right away. Gazor, guys. So I love this. I don't usually drink alcohol. I love this. It doesn't have too much of a taste. It's very subtle, but the most important thing, it warms you, gives you courage. That's why they call it liquid courage. Most importantly, it gives you wings, gets you ready to film, opens up the appetite, warms you up, and gets you excited for the food. So, my friends, Gazor, and I'll catch up with you once the actual food comes. So good. Yo, okay, food is here. It smells heavenly. It's right under. Let me show you quickly. Better yet, let me actually show you. Let me grab the camera. Let me turn around. Okay, so what we've got here is some stuffed peppers with some potatoes and rice. We've got giant bread basket. Okay, so first impression of this, very aromatic. It smells like tomato sauce with the rice. Very strong smell to the peppers. Potatoes don't have as much of a smell, but it looks amazing, incredible, very tomatoey. You can smell the beef. It's stuffed with rice and beef. Super yummy, guys. I cannot wait. So let's dig in. Let's dig into this. Okay, I'm ready to dig in for my first bite. I'm just gonna cut up a bit of the pepper with the rice. I'm gonna get a good bite. I'm not gonna have any potatoes in the first bite. You can take a look at this. Look how good it looks. Well, you can see the tomato chunks in it. You can see a lot of the other stuff. Let's go in for that first bite here. Wow, so succulent, so juicy. You taste the tomato sauce. The rice has absorbed it. The meat is chewy, full of flavor. Lots of tomato. It tastes very meaty. The pepper has the green pepper has a very subtle taste. It doesn't overpower anything. And there's also the texture of chewing that outer layer of the pepper shell. It's almost just a little bit greasy because it's a little oily in such a good way. It gives it so much extra flavor. Delicious. Now, what I want to do, I want to dig into the potato. Take a look at this. Let's see. It looks like it's seasoned. It's oily. It looks good. So simple, non-salty. Very starchy. I love it. So good. Just a little hint of salt to it. Gives it that flavor. Brings out a lot of the flavor. Tastes like very good, you know, boiled potatoes, and then they kind of like broiled it or grilled it or something. Very tasty. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna have it with a bit of the rice. Let's see how it is. So good with the meat. So good with the rice. The meat, it's tender but chewy. And when you break it down, so much flavor comes out of it. So much flavor. I love this dish. It's so good. I am in love with this dish. It's the perfect portion of meat. It's the perfect portion of rice. It's not too starchy, not too meaty. You taste the peppers because they didn't stuff it with too much stuff that it overpowered it. So tasty, so good. And I don't know if you guys can see, but they've grilled the green pepper a bit. So it gives it that charred taste to it. Very good, very tasty. And then in addition to that, that tomato sauce in this, it's a really nice touch. They don't do it in Turkey, they don't do it in Lebanon. Here they do it when they stuff the peppers. I kind of feel like that's an influence from Italy, just because Italians love to use tomatoes with everything. And you can kind of see that there's that influence on this cuisine. Super delicious. I'm gonna dig into the rest of this, and I'm waiting for that other dish to still come, guys. So what this dish is, it's basically yogurt. It's a clay pot dish made with yogurt and lamb, apparently. It's called the tave. It's very traditional here in Albania. It smells so good, and I feel like you're supposed to eat it with the bread. So I'm gonna go in for my first bite. Okay guys, let's roll. Okay, ready to go in for the first bite. Took a chunk here. It's very meaty, it's very hot, it's steaming. Take a look at this bite. We've got a nice amount of yogurt, a big chunk of the lamb. It seems very creamy, very tasty. It smells very cheesy, very dairy. I almost want to say, I don't smell any of the meat yet. Let's go. So creamy. A little sour from the yogurt. Wow. The meat is chewy and fatty. You can tell it's lamb. It's so fatty. There's that sourness to it. It's so creamy, so tasty. And I think that the yogurt, it's not cow's yogurt. This is like goat's yogurt. It's got that sourness to it, that extra kick to it. That's unfamiliar with cows. It's so good. It's very hearty. It's perfect for like winters. I see why they like this dish. It's perfect for cold mountain-based winters or here in the seaside. I'm gonna go for that second bite. This is so tasty. It's steaming hot. It is kind of like this baked stew. I almost want to say it's so juicy and it's so like moist and sour and meaty and very yogurty, and it can be heavy, I think, after a few bites, but it's so delicious. Let's go, guys. And they load it with very, very big chunks of meat, as you can see here. That's absolutely covered with this, like, I want to say fresh goat's yogurt. So tasty, so good. Now, for my next bite, I'm gonna do something different. I've got a slice of bread. I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna take a chunk of the meat. I'm gonna take a chunk of the yogurt. We're gonna put it on. Let's put it on. Let's put a bit more of the meat. I want a lot of meat. I want, oh, look at this. Take a look at this. We're gonna just slap it on. Guys, take a look at this bite. Look how, oh, this is loaded. You can see the burnt cheese. You can see the yogurt. Oh my God, so much meat. 3, 2, guys. Let's go. So hot. The bread absorbs a lot of that sourness. You end up tasting it. The bread is like a French baguette that's been cut up. It's very hot, very tasty, very meaty. The yogurt goes really well with the bread because you're adding that starchy layer to it, because you have something very moist and very yogurty. You have the, you know, the tough meat. You need something like the bread, the soft starch, in order to balance it out. So good, brings out so much of the flavor. Wow. Delicious. Something else about this dish I want to show you very quickly is this. So take a look here. What I love and what you guys can see, it's a whole part of the lamb that's in there. So you can see a lot of the cartilage and the bone over here. And furthermore, take a look how big this chunk of the meat is. It's massive, and look how much yogurt there is. And there's still like more chunks of meat here and here. It's such a heavy dish. I made the mistake of ordering it with something else. I don't think I should have. I know moving forward from now on that I order the tave on its own, just having it with the basket of bread. The bread is delicious, but this steals the show. I almost want to say so yogurty. It's a masterpiece. It's a work of art. It's an Albanian work of art, guys. I'm gonna keep digging into this, and I'm gonna catch up with you after I'm stuffed, because I will be stuffed. This is very heavy. It's very creamy, yogurty, meaty. It will knock you out. It's perfect for the Albanian winter, guys. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Wow, wow, wow. What a meal. So the name of the place, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's Mima House, or House Mima. Just finished my meal. It cost around $10, and it was so delicious. I'm full. It was heavy, it was delicious, it was creamy, yogurty, meaty. The quality of the ingredients were amazing, so delicious. But here's the deal. As you can see, it's kind of towards, you know, sunset or so. It's getting a little dark. I've got a bit more room for dessert, so I want to head over to the other part of town, which is near the bus stop, and I'm gonna grab a bit of a dessert at this like really highly rated cafe. We're gonna see how good it is. We're gonna, you know, get a couple of desserts. You guys know I have a sweet tooth. Yo, what's up, guys? Okay, so I'm outside the pastry shop. This is it over here. We're gonna hop in. We're gonna get some desserts. It's called Pelican Pasticcerie, which means Pelican Patisserie, which is a pastry shop. So it's starting to rain down. The timing of this is perfect. I want something, you know, sweet, something maybe warm. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can eat, and I'm gonna show you. Okay everyone, so I've got a couple of desserts. So the first one I can't even smell, I'll have to check the menu. It looks very caramelly, it looks filled with chocolate. And the other is something traditional that I think is Albanian, maybe Turkish. It looks very familiar, it's called Ravani. So I'm gonna dig into them and let's take the first bite and let's see how good this is, okay? Okay, first thing we're gonna dig into is the Ravani. So good. It's a semolina cake with the flavor of orange, so it's very fruity, very sweet, and it's made from something super good. Yummy. So what I love about it, there's peanut chunks on the top, perfectly sweet semolina. I love that like cake layer to it. So tasty, so good, so yummy. It's I almost want to say a derivative of the basbousa or the namura in the Arabic world. Very tasty. We've had something similar to this in Turkey, but this is a lot softer, a lot less sweet, a lot less heavy. Very light, very good, very yummy. So good. Let's move on. Next up, we've got this like mousse-like dessert. It looks a little thick, looks creamy, looks hard to dig into. Very caramelly, I almost want to say. I can't seem to dig into it without tipping it over. Let's see how good this is. Looks very chocolatey. We've got the chocolate layer. Hold on, let me see. Oh, there we go. Take a look at this. Wow, it's loaded. Okay, I'm gonna go in for that first bite. It looks like there's a mousse layer, a caramel layer, a chocolate layer, a honey layer. Who knows? Looks super good. Whoa. That's honey. Very tasty. Very good. Very yummy. Very creamy, sweet, chocolatey. It has everything in it. So good, so yummy. Love it. I'm gonna go in for that second bite. Let me show you. Let's take that bite. I love that cake layer covered with honey. Oh, so moussey, so creamy. Wow. So tasty. I'm genuinely surprised by this dessert. So good. You guys have to try it. I'll see what it's called and I'll link it down below, guys. Okay, I'm gonna work through this. I'll catch up with you in a bit. All right, everyone. I hope you loved the video. Finished up the food. It cost maybe around $4 for all those desserts. Super delicious, super yummy, very high quality. What a day it was. My favorite thing was the clay pot with lamb and yogurt. The tave, definitely try that when you are here in Albania and specifically in Durres. So I definitely recommend the dessert place, the second one I ate at, and the Mima's house. So Pelican pastry and Mima's house was absolutely delicious. I'm gonna go grab the bus and head back to Tirana because it's starting to rain, and as you can see it's dark. And before we end the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for the next video. Cheers.